Alright, what's going on? My name's Damon Goodwin. I'm 39 years old and I live here on Gold Coast, Australia. So I'm just coming on here just to share my story, my journey, as I have recently received the procedure of right AC joint resection arthroscopically, and I had my subcranial bursa cleaned out and the adhesions removed from it. So this procedure happened 1 week ago on the 19th of April 2023. So yeah, I'm about 7 days post-op and I've been suffering pain in my AC joint since June of 2022. So at the beginning I thought it was just just like muscle soreness or something in here, or shoulder impingement. So I started doing a lot of shoulder cuff, scapula, a lot of rehabilitation to strengthen my shoulders for that reason, but the symptoms did not go away, so I had to modify a lot of my training, where I had to eliminate anything to do with shoulders or chest. I eventually found ways to do some form of elevated push-ups and still get some reps where I can activate my chest, and also I could get involved with a bit of lateral dumbbell raises with the shoulder, but everything I had to do, I could only go to a limit in all exercises, where until it came to a stage where the AC joint would engage if the weight was too heavy, and it would flare up and it'd be shit. I'd have to smash anti-inflammatories or get cortisone shots. So, but anyway, a bit of a brief on me. My sporting background is I am a former professional Muay Thai athlete. I had 28 professional fights. Before I started Muay Thai, I was into my AFL, and post Muay Thai, which I walked away in 2019, I transitioned into more high intensity training, which involving weights and weightlifting, but nothing too crazy heavy, as I don't want to be no robot, everything functional. But yeah, also a brief history which may relate to this injury is I've had both shoulders operated on before. My left shoulder, I had a ladder jet procedure where they cut off a part of your bone and they put it in the front of your shoulder as a bone block due to traumatic dislocations of that left shoulder, where I think I dislocated it about 14 to 16 times. So they put that bone block in there, fixed whatever structures were damaged, and threw in 20 staples to close up the open surgery for that one. And many years later, during my Muay Thai, I had my right shoulder operated on. This one I had a lot of labrum tears, labrum, and also had bicep tendinosis, I think is how you pronounce it, where they cut your bicep tendon off where it goes through your shoulder joint and attaches to your labrum, and they reattach it further down your arm so you don't tear the anchors or whatever. They suture it up on your labrum in that procedure. So I've recovered from both shoulders. They were good. If anything, I neglected a bit of my rehabilitation or my range of motion exercises, as I was still young and dumb. Wasn't, especially with this one, I wasn't so much sport involved after this injury, but this injury, it was during my Muay Thai career, so I did take it quite seriously. Yet 2 major shoulder surgeries, range of motion was little limited, and I believe a bit of that involved with imbalances over the years has resulted in the osteoarthritis in my AC joint. So the AC joint is my clavicle, which is my collarbone, and my acromion, which comes off my scapular section, and there's a fibrous disc in between them, along with other tendons that hold it for stability. And I have worn that fibrous disc completely out, so it's just bone on bone, bone bruising, just clicking, grinding, just sore. Had a lump up there. Yeah, it was very uncomfortable and limited my activities. And I'm very active and want to be very active for a very long time, if not compete and continue professional sports still until my later years. But yeah, so yeah, this video is just that was just to briefly describe a bit of my background in sports and previous injuries that may relate to this AC joint injury, and my little road to recovery vlog, which I'll try and share with you lot, and hope it helps and hope it can relate to a few of yous and give you a rough idea anyway. So yeah, the surgery process was fuck all. They had me fast from about 12 o'clock at night. I was number 2 on the chopping board, so my admission time was about 6:30 a.m. and then you go through your basic process of checking in, getting changed, wheeled to many rooms, many questions, see the anaesthetist, get your IV in, and I was probably put to sleep somewhere in between maybe 10, 11 a.m. and then woke up in recovery maybe anywhere from 1 to 2. Woke up all good, not in pain. If anything, I got the shivers real bad waking up from anaesthetist and anesthetic. But yeah, like the cold shivers, just shaking real hard, but that was alright. That ended quick. I just controlled my breath and controlled my mind, and that went, and then they put me in my private room. Yeah, you hooked up with your IV and painkillers, quite harsh painkillers, but self-administered. So I just refused to press the button, so I didn't take any of that. I just had basic anti-inflammatories and the odd Panadol just for the one night in there, and continued my anti-inflammatories until today. So 7 days post-surgery I had anti-inflammatories, and that's it. I'm not the biggest fan of pharmaceuticals or painkillers, and I did not require them at all, because I'm blessed with this surgery so far, as I have not been in pain at all whatsoever from this surgery. The only pain, I wouldn't even call it pain, is you get a dull ache from the DOMS, the delayed onset muscle soreness from doing your rehab exercises, range of motion and assisted stretches. It might ache for a bit after. I smash an ice pack on it, or just chill out, and she's all good to go again, But yeah, the hospital, it's not scary, it's not bad, it's all good, everything goes sweet. And getting back home, I do recommend getting if you are going through this procedure, look into getting a one-seater recliner so you can set yourself up, because having both surgeries done before in both shoulders, I did learn quick that sleeping flat on your back isn't comfortable, and you end up sitting up on your couch and crashing out anyway. So I've invested in a one-seat recliner, which is wicked, does the job, props your arm up well, you get pretty decent sleep. So I'd look into that. Driving post-surgery, I was driving the day after I was discharged. I got no pain, everything's left-hand in Aussie vehicles, so I was all good. And even before surgery, my mindset is like, I trained myself to drive with one arm in the lead-ups, because I knew I'd only have one arm anyway. So that was all good. So yeah, So from now on I will vlog my process in blocks. So I will do day 1 and 7 of my rehab. Any experiences, any difficulties, do's, don'ts, pains, whatever, things I add in, what I take out, I will put in. So I'll do that on a 6-week block. So I'll do week 1, week 2, week 3, all the way to week 6. And from it, after that, I will do one monthly until I'm fully recovered and feel that yeah, I'm 150%, which I can already see, already visualize. But I might throw in some other videos that like just tips or anything that just pops up or I feel like sharing along the way. So yeah, well, that is the procedure I had. That was the operation and the hospital run. And so yeah, so hopefully what I've shared with you today can relate, as in, because what I did research a bit leading up into this surgery, I didn't find too much. Like, I found a lot about the surgery itself and other AC joint injuries and other people that have gone through this and they've vlogged it. It didn't really relate to me with their backgrounds, or it did, or a lot of them come across as like a bad experience, not so positive. So I'm here to change that. I can see everything's going to go great, and I'm going to show you guys a positive road to recovery and show you how I do it and share everything I can. And yeah, this is just my experiences. I ain't no doctor, ain't no physio, but I've been through a lot of this shit before, and it's just another day for me, and I'll make it happen. All right, I'll share what my surgeon gave me the day after surgery. He writes, "Dear Damon, you had some adhesions in your subacromial bursa and your AC joint was worn out. Your rotator cuff was intact. I have removed one of your anchors in your shoulder joint." One of those anchors was from a previous shoulder injury, where he could access it and remove it out, as it wasn't doing anything, it wasn't needed anymore. I have cleared out your bursa. I have excised your AC joint, leaving the superior capsule intact, which is important for the stability of your AC joint. Your surgery went perfectly. I expect you are going to get a good result with your shoulder. You do not need to wear a sling post-op. It usually takes 3 months or so before your shoulder makes a full recovery. So all in all, great news from this paperwork here. So he removed my clavicle, from which he told me, person to person, he took about 8 millimeters of my bone off. The superior capsule, like he said, is intact, so the stability of my AC joint is all there. My bursa is cleaned out. He provided space, removed those adhesions, also removed that not necessary old anchor, and yeah, all is good to go. I'm hoping to be pretty much fully recovered in 6 weeks. Probably not as in strength wise, but as in stiffness, mobility, range of motion, and at least 90% of my activities head on at 6 weeks. That's my goal, that's my vision, and yeah, so hopefully that helps. And yeah, that's a bit about my surgery, and watch the videos to come, and I'll continue sharing, and hopefully it helps what it's all about. Peace, let's go.